Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 10 with the San Jose Sharks. And we are at June 30th, which is the day the season rolls over. Let's just do a quick recap of the season here. We finished, you can see the Hurricanes beat the Avalanche 4-2 to win the Stanley Cup. It was Carolina and Buffalo in the East, Colorado and the Kings out west. And then the Canes took down the Avs in 6. So we finished in last place, but we actually didn't have a terrible end of the season. We finished with, I think, the 4th or 5th worst record in the league, which isn't great because that could damage our chances of ending up with Celebrini, or one of the top couple of picks. But we have the Sharks pick and we have the Penguins pick. So we have 2 in the top 10 anyway, and we'll see how we do, see how it goes there. Statistically, Hertl led us in scoring 58 points in 80 games. Mike Hoffman, 24 goals. Actually ended up not having a bad year. 24 goals, 26 assists, 50 points. Philip Zadina led us in assists with 37. Rasmus Anderson was actually really good after coming over to us. 33 games, he was a plus 13. 14 points in 33 games was a plus 13. William Eklund's rookie campaign, not terrible. 36 points in 69 games. Nice. LeBlanc was bad. Ferraro, not a bad year. Only a -1 for a team that finished as bad as we finished. Riley Walsh had a really nice year. He was a +4 at 14 goals on that back line. Brandon Montour, 23 points in 39 games. He was a +8. So we did a nice job with our in-season acquisitions. Johnny Beecher, 10 points in 25 games. He was a +3. So our in-season acquisitions of Anderson, Montour, and Beecher were all pluses. So I'm pretty happy there. Otherwise it was just a bad season. Mackenzie Blackwood didn't have a terrible year. 2.82 and a 905. We need an upgrade there. There are a couple. There's one real target from a free agent goalie perspective, and I'll show you that information here in a sec. But goaltending was bad. Our offense was not good. But our in-season acquisitions, I think, really helped us. All rookie team: Devin Levy, Luke Hughes, Minty Yukov, Petrov, Connor Bedard with 79 points, and Evangelista. Billy Husso is the first team All-NHL goalie. Cale Makar, Bouchard, Jonathan Huberdeau, Austin Matthews, Mikko Rantanen, and then Shesterkin, Seider, Heiskanen, Johnny Hockey, McDavid, and Pasta. Jack Adams went to DJ Smith, Ted Lindsay to Matthews, Crosby won the Messier, Suter won the Masterson, Hughes won the Lady Byng, Husso won the Jennings, Rantanen the Art Ross, Matthews the Maurice Richard, David Kampf won the Selke, Patty Verbeek the Executive of the Year, Connor Bedard the Calder, Makar the Norris, Husso the Vezina, Svechnikov, the Conn Smythe, and Connor McDavid won the Hart. So those are your award winners. We bought out, is it on here? Yeah, we bought out Marc-Edouard Vlasic. So we're going to pay him, I think it's 2.5 for the next handful of years. It should be on here, I think. Cap obligations. Is it on here? Does it show up on here? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I think we're paying him 2.5, 2.6 for the next couple of years. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to take a quick break. I had an epiphany. I think I figured out the resolution issue, so it should be better now. Let me know if it is. Let me know if it isn't, but I think the resolution is better now. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about we went through the award winners. Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Yeah, I bought him out. Paying him, I think it's 2.5 for the next handful of years, but that's better than the 7 we'd have to pay him next year and the year after. we should have a lot of money for free agency. Free agency preview. So a couple of names I was looking at. Van Riemsdyk had a really good year, scored 40 goals for the Bruins. A couple of names I was looking at from a goaltender perspective. This is really the top goalie on the free agent list, and it's Ilya Samsonov. Didn't have a great year, 3.16 and an 8.99. I'm hoping maybe that because of that, he won't want a lot, but his 2022 year was really good, 920 save percentage. I said OPS. So my hope is that we can get him on a reasonable contract. From there, Elias Lindholm is the other name that I'm looking at. Get that top line center. If we can get him for a reasonable price, those are the two main guys that I'm looking at. There's some other decent talent on here, like Teuvo Teravainen, coming from the Hurricanes. He had 51 points last year, good offensive ratings, more of an inside guy, but that's fine. I don't know why he's got a 15 setup as a perimeter shooter when he only has a 6 shooting range, but as a playmaker for sure. Good defensively. He's a two-way type guy. So those are a couple of guys I was looking at. And I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to hit continue, or I'm going to hit go to the next day, and it will kick over to July 1st. It may take a second, but when we come back, it'll be July 1st. All right. And that took a long time. I should have just paused the video. I'm going to have to edit out like a 5-minute delay. All right. Anything we need to know? Development report. Brandon Montour's speed gets a little worse. Lucic retires. Nolan Patrick retired at age 25. Interesting. Broadcast deals, owner confidence. They're very unhappy, but they agree with the approach we take. Don't worry about it, folks. We're going to be okay. Lindy Ruff retired. They hired Monty. Torts retires. Lou Lamoriello retires. A lot of scouts retire. Pat Funk. And Russ, we need a couple of scouts. Let's look at that really quickly. Just see what our... Yeah, I mean, we're still fine from a scouting perspective. But let's take a look. And Jesus Sanchez, he looks really good. Let's hire him. Let's bring in a couple of good young scouts that we can keep on board for a while. Nathan Van Loan. Hire one in each. One in each of the areas. There you go. 35-year-old who's excellent at both. Sign me up. And then rest of the world. Marcus Pang. Really? Okay. Okay. So we did that. We have to set our annual budgets, and it's free agency and all that good stuff. So annual budgets. All right. We have 527 points. Do we want to... We don't want to raise ticket prices just yet. Annual... We're going to use a very high transfer player development. We want to raise player development. We want to market. We're not going to do... We don't need to do anything with our stadium yet. And then wage budget. We're going to use very high. Owner profit taking. He just took points from me. What a jerk. All right, scouts. Let's just AI assign them. Edmonton. Do we have anybody in Alberta? We do. Nathan Van Loan. Put him there. All right. And it is time for free agency. So let's see what we got. Steven Stamkos on that list. Yeah, we got a ton of money to spend. Yeah, there's, I mean, like, I don't, Blake Lizotte is a 3.5-star guy. Like, I don't see it. Sam Lafferty is a 3.5-star guy. I don't see it. Teddy Bluger, really good defensively. All right, let's just go with the target that we had initially set up. He wants 6 years, $7.1 million. Ooh. All right, let's look at goalies. There's Samsonov. What does he want? 5 years, $6.5 million. I mean, I think if we bring in Samsonov and Lindholm, that sets us up. But I'm not crazy about the 5 years. Would you take 4? So if I gave you 7.5 this year, and then back this off to $1 million, would you do that? If I gave you an extra $1 million in the first year? Okay, he will take it. 4 years takes him till he's 31. Okay. I think. I think that's okay there. Let's go back to here. Ryan Spooner, playing in the K last year, put up 72 points in 68 games. Love it. Wanted 6 years. I don't want to give him 6. So if I gave him 4, and I gave, because we have more money to spend this year. So let's try to take advantage of that. So if we gave him 8 this year, 7.5 next, then 6.5, and then 6. Could we get him for 4 years like that? Oh, if I gave him the no movement clause as well. He wants something a little longer. So if we went to 5, okay, that number's not coming down much. He wants 6.9. Right now, what's this? That's 8. 8 and 14 is 22. 22 and 12 is 34. So that's 5 years, 34. I mean, that is what he wants, but he wants that 6th year. So if I give you the 6th year, I'm backing down. Nope, wrong way. I'm backing down on some of this. $6.5. Let's bump this one up to 6.5. Okay. It's not a great deal. I don't love the 6 years, but I think, yeah, I mean, I identified these as the guys that I wanted. And, I mean, he's been really, really good for a handful of years. I mean, dating back to 2018. I think I'm okay with that. Now, what do we have for depth? Who's the other player I was looking at? Oh, Teravainen. Right, he's right there. What does he want? He wants $6 million too. So that's why I don't think Lindholm's contract is bad, because Teravainen also wants 6. Kubalik. I mean, we could use some offensive help. He's 28. What does he want? 4.7 isn't bad. He only wants it for 3 years. He's not good defensively, but he's got some good offensive ratings. He has back-to-back 20-goal seasons, 71 points a year ago for Ottawa. We could get him for around, what if we gave him 2 years and then we gave him 5.5 this year, and 4 or 5 next year. So it's shorter deal than what he's looking for, but it's more money. Okay. So 2 years, $10 million through Kubalik. Okay. And I'm assuming we've got some college level guys. Of Trennan, Carl Grunstrom. Don't have any information on Owen Peterson, okay? I mean, I think if we can walk out of here with Lindholm, Kubalik, and Samsonov, I mean, that's 3 guys in their 20s. Let's go ahead a day. See what sort of feedback we get there. Kubalik deal, I think 2 years, I don't think is bad. Lindholm, I think, is a little longer than what I would have liked. And if we can get Samsonov for that 4 years, I think I'll be pretty happy with that rather than 5. And then we have our 2 first-round picks this year. We've got some young players that will be sprinkling in. Long delay here between the first and the second. Which makes sense. I think the game's going to auto-save here when it kicks over as well. All right. So, Lindholm, not ready to commit, but he thinks our offer is close. Kubalik and Samsonov. None of them are saying 100% because we did negotiate. So we'll see. So Tavares dumps his agent. Ilias Salamonson traded to Buffalo. Looks like a decent young defenseman. Darren Radish. Brandon Tanev traded. Leon. A lot of nothing deals, and I'm not interested in all teams. No, I'm not interested in any of those offers right now. We might do that as we get a little bit more involved in this. I'm not really sure. All right. Free agent center. All right, so they favor our offers. I'm keeping an eye to see if there are other college Brady Shea. There are other college level players that become available. Brady Shea's somebody that might have some interest in. Not at $5 million, so we'll see if that number comes down. And I could have waited on all these guys to try to bring in some, try to get some reduced cost. But I feel like Lindholm and Samsonov we had to make offers, and then Kubalik. I think a 2-year deal for Kubalik is a pretty solid deal. I'm gonna save real quick just to make sure nothing goes sideways. All right, let's ahead another day. We got the draft order announcement coming up in a couple of days. Fingers crossed there that we can end up with a top 2 pick. I think if we can end up with a top 3 pick, if we really wanted Celebrini, we could probably move up to the number 1 with the draft capital that we have this season. I've been keeping an eye on some of those guys, and Capitals terminated a lot of contracts. right, where are we now with free agents? Okay, still prefer your offer so far. Okay, just wanted to make sure based on what that email said. Jordan Eberle, but he's 34. And guys, I got to pause for a second. I just got an email from my boss that I have to address. All right, I'm back. And this is probably going to be a bit of a broken up video. I've got some stuff that I got to kind of deal with throughout the morning, but I want to make sure I get the video out. So I don't remember what we were doing. Teravainen Shea has a contract offer from Anaheim. Anthony Mantha is another one I was looking at. Oops, Trevor Lewis. You know what? I gotta shut off. Where is it? Is it listed here? Nope, I can't remember where it's listed. I think it might be under the start screen. I'm gonna have to back out here, go to settings. Yep, let's mute the audio. You guys don't need to hear that. You don't need to hear the clicking anymore. Oops, what am I doing? Click. All right, we're back. Sorry. All right. Yeah, Anthony Mantha was somebody I was looking at. Free agent center. Good. I mean, well-rounded. 29. In fact, I might make him an offer. Oh, I don't know. He only scored 29 points last year. He doesn't want a horrific contract. It was like 4.5. So we'll keep an eye on Mantha. He might be sort of a secondary free agent once some of these other guys sign. So let's go ahead and sim ahead to the 4th. Jacob Chychrun. He is a solid defenseman for Ottawa. The mayor of Weymouth, Charlie Coyle. All right. So nothing yet. Are we still? Yep, they still like our deals. Still no contract offers, and I'm keeping an eye here to see if Mantha or Teravainen, because Teravainen wouldn't be a bad option if we can get that demand down. So I'm just sort of waiting. All right, next day. The next day is a big day. That's the draft order. Dougie Hamilton. I loved me some Dougie when he played for the Bruins. Wasn't crazy about the trade that they made. But no complaints. Still no answers. Okay. And it's time for the draft lottery. So let's jump in. All right. So yeah, we've got 4, 5, and 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 7. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 and 7. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 4th and 7. All right. Blue Jackets, Blackhawks, Canucks, Ducks, Senators, Wilds. The Kraken are going to move up. The Blues at 9. We have the 8th pick. Flyers at 7. Flyers at 6. All right, so we have 6 and 9 is what it's coming down to. The Preds, Caps, the Canadiens, the Blackhawks, and the Kraken end up with the top pick. So we're gonna have pick 5 or pick 6 and pick 9. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. We were 4 and 7, so we actually dropped back 2 spots on both of our picks. So not great, but we'll see what we can do. And see if we can move up. Moving up to that top pick might be tough with the 6th pick, but we will see. All right. Really. Let's just look at something. I mean, what do you want? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to see. I was hoping maybe they were just looking to move the contract and that would give us an opportunity. But there's still no answers on our free agents. They all still favor our offers. Well, it's time for the draft. All right, so Celebrini is, Demidov is actually further along. Luke Misa. We got here Tanner Howe, 2.5 stars already. Zane Herrick, really good offensive-minded defenseman. Wow. All right. So we've got that should be our pick. Why is that not showing as our pick? It is. Okay. All right. So it's showing us taking Howe and Sam Dickinson. Celebrini, Demidov going 1-2. All right. Let's see if we can move up to the top pick without giving up both of our first round picks. It was Seattle. So we want the Kraken's top pick, and we will give you what is going on here? Where is my first round pick? Do I have it next year? I am super confused as to what's going on here. It looks like it replicated. I am super confused. So if they are... Okay, so I don't think it's going to take much. We have 3/7. Trying to see where that line is. Would it be a 4th? No. I don't want to give up much more. I think we're just going to go with our draft here. I think we're just going to see what happens. We're just going to make our pick. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here because this has us picking at 6 and 9, but the pick's not showing up here. So I don't want to screw with anything. So let's just first pick is Macklin Celebrini, goes to the Seattle Kraken. No surprise. Luke Misa goes number 2 to the Blackhawks. Demidov is still out there, but I don't think he's going to fall to us. Okay, maybe he will. So Washington is picking 4th. Let's try to trade up with Washington. We want their top pick. We'll give them our first round pick, which is the 6th pick. So we're only moving up a couple of spots. But they're not willing to move that pick. All right, so he probably goes here. Would be my guess. Yeah, there goes Demidov, number 4 to the Caps. Tanner Howe goes to Nashville, so the most developed player remaining. All right, so we've got Artyom Levshunov, who currently goes to Michigan State, a really good offensive-minded defenseman, 6'4", 210 pounds. Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be ready now, but I mean, those are some pretty developed ratings for an 18-year-old. Dickinson is another one who's pretty well developed, 6'4", 208. Kibiharu. Yeah, there are some good defensive options here. I think that's the way I'm leaning is defense with this top pick. Constantinius looks all right. I think Levshunov is the pick. But guys, I mentioned that this video is going to be a little bit broken up, so I have to break this up for a second. I'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back again. Hopefully, this is the last break I have to take. We'll see. So I think Levshunov is the pick. Offensive-minded defenseman, 1.5 star, 4-star potential. Really good offensively. Defense still needs some work. Goes to Michigan State. We'll probably let him stay there for another year. So let's go ahead and pick Artyom. Is it Artyom? Artyom. I'm gonna have to look it up. Artyom Levshunov will be our pick. All right. The next pick is Zane Perrick to Florida. Next pick is Nathan Villeneuve to the Flyers, and now it is our pick. It should be our pick. Yeah, it is. It should be our pick right now, right? It says Penguins. The mock draft says it's us. So let's see if it lets us do this. Let us see. It's not letting us do it. This should be our pick. Oh, I know what's going on. The draft pick must have been protected. It must have been top 10 protected. Okay. Well done, franchise hockey manager. I see what you're doing there. Okay. All right. So, is this Jerome's son? Really? Interesting. Okay. All right. So that's why it moved the draft pick to next season. Got it. Okay. All right. I understand. So it's not our pick anymore. Is there anybody here that we have to have? Urasek is a good offensive-minded defenseman. I would like Ryerson Leanders. Maybe picking up a goalie. And a lot of 3.5-star players still available. Where does it have Leanders going? There's Emil Vini. I don't see him on here. I mean, is Leanders going to be there for our next pick? That would be nice. It's interesting. Yeah, Misa went early. Misa went second. Interesting. All right, let's just sim a few picks and see if Leanders is still there. So we have 2 second-round picks. Back to Massey, Ben Danford, Drake Murray. Let's get to like pick 20, and if he's still there, maybe we try to move up to pick up a goalie. Zeev, that's a great name. Michael Brand Sagnai something or other. Spencer Gill, Andrew Pasha, Liam Greentree, Caden Lindstrom. Hellenius is still there, huh? Mock had him going where? Had him going 4th. Where did Catton go? He went 3rd. Okay. Interesting. All right, next pick. Justin Poirier. Pick 20 is Sam Dickinson. All right, so we still have Hellenius and Lenders and Iserman and Kiviharu. So we have 2 seconds. Can we get to pick 25? Julian Brown, Sasha Boisver, Roy Chung. There goes Iserman at 24. Lanther at 25. Okay. So who's got the 26th pick? Vegas. All right, so what does Vegas want for that pick? Can I get the pick without giving up a pick? Because they're in win now, right? Yeah. Draft picks. Draft pick of that value. Yeah, it's not that much value. All right, let's just keep going a few picks here. There goes Hellenius. All right, he goes 26 to the Golden Knights. Where is our next pick? 37. So we got 10 picks to go. Do we run the risk? Because at this point, I really want, if I can get Leanders and Kiviharu, but I have a feeling I might need to trade up. There goes Jirasek. All right, so now we're down really to the last 2 guys that I want. Neil Hemming looks okay. So now who's picking? The Rangers. All right, let's talk to the Rangers. Can I make this happen without giving up my pick from this season? Without giving up my picks from this season. I want a much better player. Yes, we've got 2 second-round picks. We've got 2 first next year and a second. I think we just have to risk it. Haig. Okay. Bowden. Whipple. Are we in the third? Are we? No, we had 2 more picks. Colorado and Carolina. Okay. Damn. All right, there goes Kiviharu. We're now in the second round, though, and we have the 5th pick here in the second round. Can't imagine it's going to take much to move up. It's Arizona. Whose pick is that? All right. You know what? Just do it. Let's just go to the next human pick. So it's Charlie Michaud, Ryder Ritchie, Alexis Michaud, Thomas Lavoie. All right. So Leanders is there. We're going to go ahead and pick Ryerson Leanders, who is an 18-year-old goaltender. We have him at 1.5 star, 4-star. The consensus is 0.5 star, so he's still a ways away, but he's only 18. So you'll like to see that. So we're going to take Leanders with our second pick. Still have some decent options available here. Yeko. Let's just get to that pick now. Okay, so that's a lot of picks gone. All right, so any names on there that we had to have? Hemming went. Okay. All right, what do we got available? We got some overagers. Another defenseman, Igor Chernyshov, playing in the K. I don't like drafting players out of the K because you never know when you're going to see them. Matthew Soto, 18-year-old. Played for Kingston last season, 26 points. It's more of a winger, but not bad. Artyom, another player out of the K. Mazden Leslie's another offensive-minded guy. He's way off from a defensive perspective, though. I think it's Soto. Defensively, he lacks, but he can be pretty good offensively as got good physical ratings already, good acceleration, agility, and speed. I think we're going to take Matthew Soto with that second round pick. And now we're just going to go ahead and sim to our next pick, which is in the 4th round. So, all right. Still a lot of talent left. Samuel Fiala, 19 years old, plays for Valdwar Foruz. I'm sure I didn't say that anywhere close to right, but Lead Anderson, another good offensive-minded defenseman. Medicine Hat. There's some good talent in this draft. Samuel Fiala. I keep coming back to him. Frankie Morelli. Doesn't look he's not quite as developed, but he looks like he's going to be better defensive. He looks like he's going to be a defensive-minded. I kind of like him, actually. Looks like he's going to be a pretty good defensive-minded defenseman. Passing, stamina, balance. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Red is an important skill. Green is a key skill. Yeah, I feel like he looks pretty okay. Yeah, I mean, you look at his two-way ratings. He doesn't have a single important two-way rating that's not green at this point. His defensive read is the worst, but he's only 18. I think we're going to take Frankie Morelli in the 4th round. Let's go to our next pick, which is in the 5th. All right. And we still have some of these players that we were looking at before. Counter-attacking forward would be his best. Yeah, I like the physical ratings from Sprinar. Yeah, we're going to take Jan Sprinar here in the 5th. Wait, it's not my pick. Is he still there? He's still there. It's my pick. Pick Sprinar. Cool. The 5th. Pick until humans. So we got 2 6ths and a couple of 7ths. Fiala. So we're going to take Fiala here. Maybe take an overage guy. He looks pretty okay. Better than Daniel Borush. The ratings, though, aren't... Yeah, I don't have great ratings on him. Or I don't have great scouting on him. But, I mean, those are good physical ratings, good offense. I don't know that he's ever really going to develop beyond where he is. I mean, we have him as a 2-star, 3-star. So, I mean, I guess there's room for development, but... Let's save the overagers for the 7th round. That's probably the best option. Anderson is there. Yep, Reed Anderson is still there. We're going to take him. Good offensive-minded defenseman. Get to human. Scouts think we should take Aremba. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Those are good offensive ratings for a 7th-round pick. Right now they think we should take Nate Delladonna. Plays for Canisius. Podrakar. Yeah, I mean, potential 3.5 star out of your final pick. I think this is a final pick, right? Or do we have more? No, we have more. Okay. I think we had 3 second-round picks or something. Gavin Hodnett. Yeah, we'll take the overage. I mean, well, he's not. He's only 18. Only 18. But he's only 5'8", so I think that's probably part of the reason. Do we have another pick? We do. Let's take Alex. No, we don't. Okay, so we're done with the draft. I don't think it was a bad draft. I don't think it was a terrible draft. Yeah, said we had the best draft. The general consensus among media observers is that the Sharks had the best overall draft. And I want to look at unsigned. So anybody we want to bring in this year? I don't think so. Will Smith, he's ready. Well, he's ready offensively. I think we give him another year because we are in 2024. So 2025 will be the cutoff for some of these guys. Gilmartin, Henriksen. Yeah, I'm not uber concerned about any of these guys. Yeah, and these were all of our picks for this season. Levshunov, we'll give him a year at Michigan State to develop, and I think we're good. So let's go ahead and sim another day. Matthew Barzal. Good hockey player. So I like our draft. It's, again, a future-minded draft. All right, we signed all of our players. We signed Lindholm, we signed Kubalik, we signed Samsonov. So we pick up 3 really solid players for our team. We still have plenty of money to play with. All right, so cool. This is Blackwood's last season, so he might be a trade chip. Yeah, you just don't get many offers when you shop players. You need to actually go team by team here and go, all right, where are your weaknesses and make the deal. So does anybody have a goaltender weakness? No, Colorado used to. Yeah, they still do. All right, so Mackenzie Blackwood. 4. Who do the Avs have? And I'd almost just be content taking. Oh no, there was O'Connor, right? Yeah, this was the player I was looking at. Logan O'Connor, decent offensively, really, really good defensively. Making $1.2 million. His contract is up at the end of the season, right? Yeah, he's making 1.2 this year. That would fill Kunin's role. Unless there's somebody else. I want one of your draft picks. Hardly likely. Maybe you're wrong. You don't see any player that will make this work. You don't see any. I think I'm just going to make this deal because I'm not going to re-sign. I have more of a chance to re-sign Logan O'Connor than Mackenzie Blackwood. And O'Connor, they're both 27. So we're going to make that trade offer and see what we get. And all right, what do we want to do from a free agent perspective? We still have money. And I don't want to necessarily blow it all now. That's us next season. What do we have for upcoming free agents next season? Those are just my upcoming free agents. That doesn't help me. Yeah, there's a lot of players that we will be able to sign without any trouble. All right, so Mantha still doesn't have an offer. Teravainen still doesn't have an offer. Does his demand come down at all? No, he's still at $6 million. I mean, we're only a week into free agency, right? Wait. So Sam, yeah, my phone's beeping a lot. I apologize. So we signed those 3 players. So I think let's just quickly look at what that does to our roster. All right, so our goaltenders will be Blackwood and Samsonov. We've got Anderson, Montour, Walsh, Ferraro. Yeah, we could definitely use another defenseman. So that might be something we look at. Yeah, we definitely could use another defenseman. Forward-wise, we're in pretty good shape up the middle. Move Couture to a wing. Hurdle, Elias Lindholm. Yeah, I think maybe we have Lindholm center our top line. We've got Kubalik now. Because right now we only have... Yeah, we've got... Because right now these are our top 6 defensemen. I think maybe we... Do we go Bolduc? Yeah, I mean, we've got Ferraro, Bolduc, Benning, Anderson, Montour, Walsh. So we have a top pairing, and that's it. We don't really have anything else defensively. So let's take a look at the free agent center. Let's just look at defensemen. And it's all old guys. So Gustav Forsling is another offensive-minded defenseman, but Colin Miller. Oh, he's 31 years old, huh? I feel like he's been around. I feel like he's been around that long. TJ Brody. He's 34, but so good defensively. Can we sign him to a short-term deal? He wants 1 year at $5 million. Our payroll is $77 million at the moment. Are there any contracts that we want to try to move? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Couture's is bad. Anybody want Logan Couture? We could trade Logan Couture for David Savard. Makes us. I mean, that's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Couture's got 7 to 7 and 6, while Savard has 2.8 this year. As much as I like Logan Couture, I think that's a move I gotta make. Savard improves us defensively. I think we can make up Couture. We're going to accept that offer. And that's a huge trade for us as we move Logan Couture. And that, let's move him to left defense. And that strengthens defensively our defense for sure. Because now we can put, I think we're pretty sorry, I gotta send an email. That helps us defensively. Our top pairing is Anderson and Montour. Now maybe our second pairing is Ferraro and Walsh, and then Benning and Savard is that third pairing. And it's not great, but it's certainly better. And now we have a bunch more money. Now we have a bunch more money. So who were we looking at? TJ Brody. Alec Martinez. Very physical, but a pretty good defensively. What does he want? $3.7. Would prefer Brody, but he wants that no movement clause. If I give you $5 million for 1 year, what if I give you 6 but don't give you the no movement clause? Yeah, he wants a no trade clause. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. All right, Gustafson, excuse me, Forsling. What does Forsling want? I mean, Forsling would probably be a multi-year guy, right? $4 million for 3. Which I'm not. I mean, he's really good offensively. He's still young. Can I get him for 2? If I give you 2 years and I give you, what, 4.5 this year and 4 next year, so that's a little over what it is you're asking for, but it's 1 shorter year. He wants that 3rd year. What if I do 4.5 and 4.25? Wants that 3rd year. I mean, 3 years only takes him to his 31, and there's no trade clause. I mean, I'm not against that. So let's go 4. 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take this to 3.8. Let's take this to 3.65. Cool. So we'll pick up an offensive-minded defenseman, I think, in Gustav Forsling. Are there any other contracts that we want to try to move? The Enruta contract, can we just move him for whatever? Let's go ahead and sim ahead a day. So pretty good off-season here. And as soon as we get an answer on Forsling, I'm going to end the video, and then I'll do the rest of the off-season offline. So there may be a couple more changes here and there. But if I can move some of this dead weight contract, even for like 7th-round picks, then maybe I can make a run at one more player. Okay, so we signed Forsling. So we've reshaped our defense here. It's still not great, but it's certainly better than it was. We now have Ferraro, Savard, and Forsling on the left, Montour, Anderson, and Walsh on the right. So we can split up Montour and Anderson now. So it's much, much better defensively. So let's go ahead and see if we can... can we just buy him out? Where is he? Yeah, I mean, it's only 2.75. We should be able to stretch that out a little bit. And I think I'm good. I think I'm good with the additions we made this year. We brought in Elias Lindholm to be our number one center, because I think he's a better player than Hertl. At least I think he is. Maybe I'm underestimating Thomas Hertl because of his contract, but yeah, and Lindholm is better offensively, pretty much across the board, other than puck handling. I would say he's better defensively as well. That defensive rate, he's more physical. Yeah, so I would say Lindholm is the better player, for sure. But now we've got a couple of pretty good center options up the middle, so I'm happy there. We picked up Ilya Samsonov to be our number one goalie. Contract 7.5 this year, and then 6.5 for 3 years after that. Not terrible, but that gives us an actual potential actual starter. Picked up Dominic Kubalik, really good offensive-minded forward, good physical ratings. We have to hide him a little bit defensively, but scored 34 goals last season for Ottawa. And that's only a 2-year contract. And then we picked up Gustav Forsling, who was our last signing. Only 2.5 stars, but good offensive ratings. He's physical. Again, power play type specialist for us. And then David Savard, who we picked up in the trade for Logan Couture. Good defensively, good physically. Pretty happy with those signings. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I'm going to sim ahead now, probably to the beginning of the preseason. Let me know your thoughts on the deals that we made. Let me know your thoughts on the draft. And we'll talk to you at the beginning of season 2. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.